Hi everyone, this is Crystal and welcome back to another video in my Organize With Me series. Today we're tackling a big one. So this is one I've kind of put off because I'm just not sure how to go about tackling this pile of stuff. So this is what I'm just calling embellishments. It's anything that doesn't fit into the other categories that I've already done, that doesn't have a specific collection in my stash to go with, that is just kind of a random piece that I grab every now and then, but doesn't really have any other home. And there is a lot here. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through what's out on my desk and show you a few examples of what I'm talking about. So this right here is a drawer. It's another one of those inexpensive plastic drawers. It is full of, what are they called? Like little word strips or tiny phrase stickers from all different manufacturers, all different kinds in here. There are quite a few here. You can see a pretty big stack of them. Right here, I have a lot of these little containers. These are iris containers. They are for like 4x6 photos, but I use them to hold lots of embellishments. So this one has pockets and envelopes inside of all different kinds. This one is storing some rubber shapes. I have one for adhesive buttons and bling and things like that. Oh, I'm dropping things already. And then, oh, there's another thing of rubber shapes that I've never used, a large wood veneer that I've never used. I have this little box full of tags of all different sizes. I have, this one is full of numbers in the front, so specifically number stickers, and then this is all puffy stickers in the back. This container has a box full of chipboard, like small, like 4x6, I think, chipboard or smaller. This is just random stickers and little cut apart things from, I think most of these are from kits. In the front here is a bunch of cork. These are acrylic shapes. There are a couple of different ones in the front, and then this is all Colorcast designs. I don't even know what this is. Oh, it's just some little random glitter embellishments. Back here are larger puffy stickers, some cork stickers, and then a lot of some cardstock stickers, and then a lot of like thicker phrases, and some larger regular cardstock stickers as well in the very back. I don't know, can you still see this? No. Okay, so there's like the 12x12 sticker sheets. I have a couple of those that don't belong to any collections that I've stuck just in the back of this container. And then here is, let's see, photo corners and little patches and some metal labels and frames, just random stuff. So what this doesn't include are die cuts. Die cuts are separate. I will go through those separately. They are stored separately. They have their own thing. Of course, we've already been through enamel dots, and it doesn't include alphas. What else am I forgetting? I'm sure there's lots more. It also doesn't include the things that are in the collection packs. So along with my 12x12 paper, I have individual envelopes or bags with specific collections in them. All of those collections have embellishments of some kind. They at least have a sticker sheet in them, if not more than that. Whatever I have of that collection they're stored in those plastic slips. So that doesn't include this, which means that I just don't know how I'm going to use these, because when I grab a collection to work with a collection, I'm going to work with the embellishments that are in that collection. I do use these embellishments most often when I am putting together a small kit to do a project life layout, or to do a specific like a specific layout, especially if I'm using like Colorcast designs. If I have maybe a title piece and I want to pull in other embellishments to work with that, then I'll come to this pile. But I would say most of the time I'm working from those collection packs. So this tends to get a bit ignored. And I feel like if it's something that I'm not using on a regular basis, then it can't be allowed to take up this much space in my craft room. So I need to purge a lot of this. I need to let go of a lot of this. And I want to tell you that I have done this once already. So let me show you. I'm going to just kind of scoot this all off to the side here and show you this bin of embellishments that are ones I've already purged out of my stash. So these are things that when I was going through embellishments to find something to use for a project, and I realized I had something that I just wasn't going to use. These were the ones that I immediately knew I wasn't going to use, like these buttons from Webster's Pages. Like, that's just not something I use anymore. There are some little butterfly embellishments, some cut aparts, mostly because the style just wasn't my style anymore, or I maybe had duplicates of some of these things, or they had just sat in my stash so long and just not gotten used that it was time to let them go. So I have already reduced my embellishment stash by this much, but I don't know, I need to get rid of a lot more of this. I would like, and maybe this is me dreaming, I don't know, but I would like to get it all down to fit into this one container. So this is from Target. It's part of, there's a kind of collection of things, and I don't have the tag anymore to remember what it was called, but I think they're in with like the bathroom organization stuff. A lot of people were using the trays. I have some of those as well to kind of sort things. Because they lay kind of flat, but this is part of that system at Target, and I bought it a while back when I bought a bunch of other stuff from that system, and it's just been sitting around not really holding much of anything. But I'm thinking that if I could just have all of my embellishments in this one bin and be able to pull it out and go through and use see what I want to use for whatever project it is that I'm working on. This is much more reasonable. Right now I'm having to go to 5 at least. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 different places to find an embellishment to use, and that just really isn't working for me, and it doesn't seem feasible moving forward. So I'm thinking this might be the thing I need to do, which means getting rid of quite a bit more of the stuff I have out on my desk right now. I did check, and these boxes, 4 of these will fit in here. So you can go 2 by 2, and then that still leaves a little spot here. And these stickers will fit here without that top piece. So it leaves me a little bit of room for a few larger sticker sets. Not as many as I have, but a few. So I think this theoretically could work. So yeah, it's just going to be a matter of actually sorting through. And, I've said this before, that it's always easier than I think it's going to be. I don't know if that's going to be the case with this one. This one seems like it might be a bit harder, but I guess all I can do is just get started and see how it goes. So this is going to take me a while. I hope that you have a beverage to enjoy, or are maybe working on something yourself while you watch this. I have an iced coffee here, because this is gonna be it's gonna be a job. All right, I'm just gonna dive in. I don't know how else to do it, so I'm just gonna dive in. So I'm not sure if you can tell, but I was a little bit nervous about starting this process. For one, because I knew I had a lofty goal. Trying to get this much product down to that small container was not going to be easy for me. And also because I knew that I had done this once already. I had already gone through all of this and pulled out those things that I knew I absolutely wasn't going to use. So that meant that the decisions I was about to make were going to be even harder than the ones I had already made. Trying to get this pile down to as little as I could. So yeah, I was nervous about this. I didn't know how it was going to go. I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to reduce this pile down as much as I really need to, that it would be too difficult for me. But you'll see in the end, I was able to accomplish quite a bit. So I am keeping quite a few things. A lot of this is going to be consolidated so that it doesn't take up quite so much space. The pile to the right is the stuff that I'm letting go of. So you can see that's getting fairly big already. And then the pile just above me, that's the stuff that I am deciding to hold on to for now. So that is kind of what's happening here. In a minute, I will go away and get a bin for the stuff that I am destashing, just to kind of keep it a bit organized, since there's lots of little pieces here. But I'm getting rid of a lot of my flair. It's not really something I use very often anymore. Same with those buttons. I just don't use them very often. And if they don't go with a specific collection, the odds of me grabbing them for a random project are really low. So doing my best to be really honest with myself. I know that I say that a lot during this series, but that really is what it comes down to, being super honest about how long it's been in my stash, the likelihood that I'm going to use it in the future if I haven't used it by now, and also I'm thinking seasonally at this point too, because we are entering into fall. A lot of this is summer stuff. I clearly haven't used it over this past summer. Is it worth holding on to for next summer, or is it something I can really let go of? You can see some of these things were kind of mixed up. They were not in the right places, so I'm just kind of doing some shuffling to make sure that like is stored with like. I am moving on to my acrylic pieces. I am on the Colorcast design team, the Colorcast design team. So I know I need to keep most of my Colorcast design stuff, if not all of it, but some of this other acrylic stuff that I've gotten from other sources, I can let go of that. So I did that. I did keep one piece from Ellie Edwards that says read. I've been hoarding that one a bit. I really want to use it, so I did keep that, but I let go of a few others. And now I'm moving on to envelopes. This is envelopes and pockets of all different kinds. There are vellum ones, there are cardstock ones, there are just random paper ones. I got rid of a lot of them, but I do use those especially in like my Life Crafted album. So I did keep a few of those, thinking that they will come in handy for a few projects I'm currently working on. That is another benefit of doing this whole process. It does remind me what I have and helps me associate that with the things that I'm currently working on. So hopefully this will also help me remember to grab those the next time I work on those projects. You can see some of this stuff was really hard to get rid of. Those camera puffy stickers are from Freckled Fawn. I have absolutely been hoarding them for years now. I haven't used a single one, but I decided to let them go because of that fact. I haven't used them at all. And if I haven't used them in the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, then I'm likely not going to use them in the future. So even though I think they're super cute, I let them go because I just don't think I will use them. So going through this kind of random pile of things, it's lots of stickers and then just a few random bits stuck in. A lot of this is from Studio Calico. So if you don't already know, I was a subscriber to Studio Calico for several years, and then after that bought a lot of their like sale when they have like an end of the year sale. I bought a lot of extra kits that way, so I have duplicates of some kits even. I don't know why I thought that I needed to buy all of that, especially because when I was a subscriber, I had a hard time using those kits. I didn't really use them very well. I would use a few cards now and then and maybe an embellishment here or there, but I didn't really use them as kits, and that is why I'm not a subscriber to Studio Calico anymore. So the idea that I needed to hold on to all of this stuff that I didn't even use when it was new is kind of ridiculous. So I am realizing that and letting go of a lot of it as I go through this process. I think a lot of this stuff is still really great. I still really like it. Even though some of it is several years old, I think it's still really relevant and would work on a current project. It's just really about, will I use it? Will I use it on a project for myself? Will it work with the way that I currently scrapbook? Am I likely to use it in the next year? So those are kind of the things I'm asking myself as I go through these embellishments. And that's really hard to know. And you can obviously convince yourself that you're going to use things that you just there's just no possible way that you could use all of this, right? So it's easy to convince yourself that you can, which is why I try to make really quick decisions. I love it or I don't. I'll use it or I won't. Don't think about it too much. Don't try to find a reason to use it. Just move on. So that's what I'm trying to do. Like I said, I'm not perfect at this. I'm not an expert at this by any means, and I am probably making decisions that I may regret at some point. But the thing I have to keep reminding myself, and I know I keep saying this over as well, is that there's always new product, right? So it's not like I'm going to let go of all this stuff and then I'll never be able to have anything like it again. No, that of course not. That's not the case at all. There are constantly new products being released, and I'm going to want to buy those new products regardless of how much of this I get rid of. So it's best for me and my stash and my space and my house and my family if I just am willing to let go of it now and can make space in our house. And also mentally, it's good for me mentally because I don't have the pressure of all this stuff sitting there, knowing I'm not using it, knowing there's no way I can ever have enough time to use all of it, and feeling guilty for having it just sit in my stash. So all around, it's a positive process. It's just a little bit painful when I'm in the middle of it. So I am looking through packages of things just to make sure, like, because I don't want to make the wrong decision and regret too much later. So I'm just making sure I'm fully aware of what's here and whether or not I'll use it. So a lot of this is stuff that came in other kits. I was on the Hip Kit Club design team for a while. A lot of this came from there. A lot of it comes from Tuesday morning. I've talked about my terrible buying habits at Tuesday morning before. Thankfully, this whole process has cured me of that. I'm pretty sure I don't want to do this again. So, or at least not on this level. So I am not going to be a Tuesday morning shopper anymore. Yeah, so I'm getting close. I'm getting there. I'm working my way through all of these piles of things. I do use these phrase stickers quite a bit, so I let go of some of them that were from Allie Edwards that had rounded corners, and that always just really bothered me. I didn't like the look of it on my pages. I had used a few of them in the past, but I tend to not grab those because of those rounded corners. So I let go of those, but kept a lot of the ones that are just like your typical phrase stickers because those are really nice, especially for Project Life. And I do a lot of Project Life. So moving on to tags now. And I think I had gone through a lot of the ephemera packs and pulled out the tags and added them to this pile, and also some cut aparts that had tags on them that I had added to this pile. But I had duplicates of a lot of these because, you know, when you buy tags, they come in packs of like 20 or more. So I definitely didn't need 20 or so of any of these tags. So I'm just keeping a few that I think I'll use, letting go of the rest, and trying to be realistic about what I can actually use up before my stash starts to overflow again with all of that new product that I said will definitely be coming in one way or another. So I am nearly finished sorting through everything that I had shown you at the beginning of this video. I'm going to come back here live in just a second and kind of talk to you about how the process has gone so far and what my plans are moving forward, how I intend to get what I have left down to a smaller amount that will fit into the basket that I showed you at the beginning. Okay, so that was my kind of first round of sorting. I ended up with these things to keep, and all of this is going into the destash pile, the destash boxes. So I can go ahead and get this out of the way, but I don't think that I have gotten this down far enough that it will fit into that one container that I showed you at the beginning. So I'm going to start sorting through this again and kind of putting it into more organized piles and maybe consolidate some of it and see what will actually fit into the container that I want to use, and then maybe have to do a bit more purging. So once again, I'm going to put you on fast forward and do a second sort here after I move this out of the way. Okay, so a lot of this part of the video is just going to be me kind of sorting through and organizing and consolidating what's here. I want to, keep like with like because that just makes sense to me. So I'm just sorting through and seeing what I actually have and making sure that it's definitely something that I will use. And then also consolidating, especially some of the sticker, like the puffy stickers from Citrus Twist that just had a few left in them. I don't need to save that entire package. I'll just add them to one of the other sticker sheets and keep just that one instead of multiple. I'm looking at these and again, trying to make hard decisions about what I'm going to keep. Some of the stuff that was in here I realized actually needed to go into another location. So some of it was Christmas stuff or winter themed stuff. That's going to go into my Christmas bin. Some of it was fall themed. That's going to go in with my fall themed bin. I have some things that I pull out to use for a specific project that I have all of those supplies stored separately. I realized they would work well for that, so I just went ahead and pulled those out and added those to that little box of things that I'm using for that. I am trying to be pretty discerning here, pretty hard on myself, and really be honest about what I can use and what I can't. So as I continue to do this, I did want to say, because I have been getting some questions about it, all of the stuff that I am removing from my stash, all of the stuff that I'm destashing, will be available in destash boxes. I have quite a few. I started actually with 10 priority mail boxes. I think I have another 10. I don't know that I'm going to need that many, but I did get another 10 because the first 10 were full already. But I will have all of that information available on this channel when I have the details. So I'm planning to have them up for sale by the end of this month. And this is currently September 2020. So if you're watching this in real time, they will be up by the end of this month. If you're interested in them, keep an eye on my channel. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will definitely notify everyone here. I'm not entirely sure if I'll have them for sale on YouTube or whether I will use some other format for doing that, but I will definitely announce it here if nothing else. So if you are curious about that and are interested in purchasing a box, be sure to watch this channel for further information. I will say I am pricing them super low because I need all of this stuff out of here and I need it gone soon. So I'm not out to make a bunch of money off of this. I just want to share a lot of really good supplies that I just won't use, and just cover some of my cost of doing this. So that's really it. I am finishing up this kind of second sort of the things that I had left here. I've pulled out that bin. I'm going to start adding things in and see how they fit, see if everything I have left will actually fit inside this little bin. And then I am going to come back here again live and just talk to you about where I ended up and how I feel about my progress so far. So I'll be back here in just a second to talk to you live again. Okay, so not exactly how I had planned for it to end up, but I think I'm just going to leave it like this for now. I've said many times that my final organization is going to have to change because I just don't know what that's going to look like yet. I don't know what my space is going to look like. I don't know how much room I'm going to have. So and here I am just rearranging this already. I'm trying to get this other box in here. There. Okay, that's better. That makes me a bit happier. I don't like this standing up so high just because that means I can't fit it in, I can't just slide into something this tall. But for right now, it's just gonna have to stay. I'm happy with the amount I was able to get rid of. I'm happy with the amount that I have here to deal with. yeah, so like I said, I'm just going to leave it like this for now. And if in the future my space doesn't allow for this much, then I'm going to have to do this process over again, and that's okay. I think it's okay to take baby steps in the direction you want to head in. So yeah, so that is where I'm leaving it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'll definitely get back to you. If you enjoyed this, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to see future Organize With Me videos on this channel. Thanks again. I'll see you all back here soon.